So Alan Wake from the Alan Wake franchise has made his way into the fog in Dead by Daylight. Some people seem very unfamiliar with the character. He is the titular protagonist of the Alan Wake franchise, and he's a major character in the Remedy connected universe. Alan Wake is a best-selling novelist, best known for his crime thriller series, Alex Casey. After suffering from a 2-year strain of writer's block following the quote-unquote the sudden stop, Alan and his wife Alice vacationed to Bright Falls, Washington. There, Alan was kidnapped by the Dark Presence, and Alan fought through the possessed townsfolk to rescue her. Meanwhile, Alan experienced the events of a story he didn't remember writing. After realizing the Dark Presence took Alice as collateral to force Alan into releasing it using power of Cauldron Lake, Alan instead wrote himself into the dark place to set Alice free. That's just a brief summary of the character and the events revolving around the first game, I assume. But overall, his backstory sounds pretty interesting. However, as him being the character in Dead by Daylight, I'll be honest, I'm okay with the character. He really only has one perk that sort of interested me, because I'm not really like a flashlight user like that. Like, I don't really go for flashlight saves and nothing like that. I'm more of like the support, make sure my team is healthy, make sure they're all healed in the fast duration. But it's Alan Wake's perk called Champion of Light. So while you're holding a flashlight, this perk activates. When you're shining a flashlight, you have 50% haste. When you successfully blind the killer, they also gain 20% hindered for 6 seconds. This effect cannot stack. Then this perk goes on cooldown for 60 seconds. I feel like this is a perk for flashlight enthusiasts who wants to use like Champion of Light and then probably mix it with background player if they could get like smooth saves, where it's almost like they're on roller skates and then saving the survivor at the same time from the flashlight save. I also noticed that this could come in handy when you want to smash a pallet on the killer and then blind them, for then they could then get hindered while they're breaking the pallet or after they're done breaking the pallet for like a little bit of time, giving you the opportunity to have that little bit of distance and get away onto the next tile and then loop the killer there. Like I said, I'm not a flashlight master killer, so I don't really see myself using the perk, but I could definitely see it come in handy with flashlight enthusiasts who are gods with flashlights. The rest of his 2 perks, that being Boon Illumination and Deadline, those just seem like starter perks, allowing new players to maybe get used to the map and where gen placements are or where to find chests, and if they mess up on generators they won't have much of a penalty. I guess he has these 2 perks for people who are fans of the character but not of Dead by Daylight. So if the new player wants to play Alan Wake and only Alan Wake, when they use his perks, they could get familiar where gens are and where chests are, getting more familiar with maps in general. But it's just like, aside from his perks, I really don't see myself using the character. I mean, like I said, his background is interesting. Maybe if he gets some new skins that interest me. We know he's getting a legendary skin, switching him into a character named Rose Marigold. I'm guessing she's from the Alan Wake franchise. On top of 3 cosmetics that he's getting, 2 very rare and 1 legendary. What I am starting to like about these new survivors coming into the game is that they're talking a lot more.
Help me!
Not even only survivors but killers too. Like, just all the characters coming to the game is starting to have more voice lines, and that in general I think just makes the game feel more alive and realistic, because I doubt in a situation like this they will just be using gestures, they will actually be talking to one another. That's why I still hope that maybe one day we could get voice prompts that maybe the survivors could use in the game. It won't be toxic if the survivors in game are actually talking themselves, right? But anyway, I would want to play the first Alan Wake game because his backstory already sounds interesting in itself. I like the idea of this author and his book actually coming to life and him actually having to fight his own book. Just that concept in itself just sounds pretty dope. And if I wind up liking the first Alan Wake game, I'm definitely playing the second one because that one just came out recently. I guess he's just been the character that's been getting a lot of buzz but I haven't been paying attention to. Some people do feel the same, but also people need to calm down about him being added to the game. If this isn't your license but this is other people's license that may enjoy the DLC, then let them have their DLC. It's really hard to be upset about survivors getting added anyways because they are just skins. I mean, you could literally transfer all of Alan Wake's perks onto a different character and then just play Alan Wake's perks like that on a different character if you so happen to like his perks but just not like the character. But if you just don't like his perks or the character, then you just have to deal with it. If you don't like the quality of the chapter as well as the character involved with it, then you just have to take it for what it is. I honestly think that DBD is not going anywhere anytime soon, so any type of license or character from your wishlist could come into the game at any point. We just gotta wait. At least that's the best way I like to look at it. And if those characters don't come into the game, then maybe we'll get better characters who are more suitable in the game. I know a lot of people are hyped that Alan Wake is added to DBD, and for that I'm saying enjoy your DLC. I'm happy for you that he's in the game. Though I was hoping that it will be Laura Croft for Buffy or even John Wick, but you know, it is what it is. Maybe next time. And y'all also gotta appreciate the idea of unfamiliar licenses getting added as well, because you never know if those open doors for you. Maybe you will enjoy the background of that franchise. You may not want or like that license in DBD, but that doesn't mean you may not like that license in general, and that license just may be in your favorite game that you just haven't played yet. Now who knows, Alan Wake might be someone's new favorite horror character, or just their favorite franchise in general. But anyways, how do you guys feel about Alan Wake being added to Dead by Daylight? Are you feeling the character? Are you gonna prestige him to 100, or is he gonna collect dust and you're never touching him ever? Let me know down below. Love y'all, take care, I'ma see y'all on the next one, and peace.